We should be just a hair over the fill line. Full line, that is. So oil filter will suck up some. We'll probably end up having to put a little bit more in there after we start it, hoping that it runs. You know, this is the moment of truth. I gotta say, I'm worried. I really want it to start and run smooth. Let's see. Of course, it would probably help if we had a battery. Let's do that. All right. I plugged in the battery. Don't see any problems. Smoke, anything popping. So I'm gonna turn the key to the on position. Wait 15 seconds for the I don't know. I just heard you're supposed to do that. And then after 15 seconds, I'll start it. You know, I'm not gonna let it run very long because I don't have coolant. Okay, oil, fresh oil, the oil I just poured in, literally dumping out, nothing on the top, so I'm just looking for where that's coming from. Hopefully something stupid that I forgot. Okay, well, dumb me, you know. Like I said, I'm no pro. I don't do this every day, so I'll slap a photo up. But what I forgot to do was put in the cam seals. So that's kind of a pain in the rear to have to get to. At least I don't have to jerk the whole motor out, but got to pull the timing belt back off so I can take the pulleys off, and then we can put the cam seals on. So stinks, but nobody to blame but myself and my inexperience. Okay, so the cam seals are right here. What I forgot to put on. They go on here on the driver's side and here on the passenger side. So I've got an 1.25 inch socket, but it's great on this side. It'll get it seated before the socket bottoms out. But on the driver's side, it won't get it far enough on. So I'm just gonna start that one with the socket, and then I'll finish it with a punch. Put some oil on the cam seals just so they're lubricated and slide in. That's the plan. Okay, cam seals are installed. I used this punch just very gently and slowly, kind of working my way around to get those seated. So there's the passenger side. My punch fit in right like that. And I just kind of gently went around with some oil on there, and it really wasn't that difficult. And on the driver's side, same thing. Just went around until it felt like it was bottoming out. But do I know what I'm doing? Obviously not. That's how I did it. All right, I got my timing marks lined back up. So now it is off to put the timing belt on. Timing belt is on. Mark Mark. Pulling the pin on the tensioner, and then crank it over a few times by hand and make sure the timing marks still line up. Okay, since I've done this 500 billion times now, one tip: leave your alternator up out of the way. My AC is not bolted down at all, but you get there's no tensioner on this. I mean, I don't know. I don't really get that, but get that AC belt on and then bolt it down. Otherwise, I mean, it's freaking impossible. All right. Second start with cam seals. Here's hoping. Well, I would not say that was a terrific second start, but I did find this hose here off the air box and this hose off the intake were, one of them was unplugged, the other one was in the wrong spot, so I got those in the right place. So I guess we'll just give it another shot. All right, third start. Okay, my working theory is that from the cracked head, it's still got a cylinder 2 misfire, but I think it's just because there was like maybe a bunch of water in the block. I'm just gonna try to get the cobwebs out and see what happens. I mean, it doesn't sound great, but I don't know. That white smoke, I mean, it's not oil. That's it's coolant. It's vapor and disappears. So I don't know. Okay, so I drove it around a little last night. The only code that ever came up was a cylinder 2 misfire, which quite honestly, it had that same code, same problem when I started it, you know, right after I bought it, before I took the engine out. So I'm thinking it's something that I didn't touch. Like, it's got a new spark plug, new wires. You know, I did not touch the ignition coil, and I did not touch fuel injectors. So I'm thinking it's either a coil or injectors. So I'm gonna listen to the injectors over here on 2 and 4, which are, you know, kind of hard to see, but they are right down in here. Let's get, so that's number 4, and then number 2 is right there. So I just got some extensions, and I'll stick that on there, stick it to my ear, and see if I can hear the clicking. Well, honestly, I couldn't hear crap either way. So I'm just gonna pull these 2 injectors over here and test them with the multimeter.